What's up everybody, Watt007 here, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video. This is going to be the first leak video that I'm going to be making for the month of November because of the recent update that we got in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links for the Unknown Duelist event. Today's batch of leaks, we're going to be talking about all sorts of different things. We're going to talk about some card rarity changes that hint towards a possible new main box coming to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links very soon. We finally have the character assets for Agami, which is also hinting that Agami is going to be coming in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links in January. And we're going to be talking about some new mad sleeves that also point towards the main box coming soon to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. We're going to talk about some new tag duel skills for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and last but not least, we're going to be talking about some brand new information on how exactly this Unknown Duelist event is going to be working, because it seems like that Unknown Duelist is not going to be the unlockable character from this event, and it's actually going to be Sera instead. So hope you guys are excited for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video. If you guys are hyped for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video, be sure to show your support by smashing that like button on the video down below. And also, sorry for any background noise that you hear throughout this video. I want to get this video out to you guys in a timely manner, so there might be some annoying footstep noises in the background of the video, so sorry about that. But without further ado, let's get into today's batch of Yu-Gi-Oh! News. So the first thing we're going to talk about is some new rarity changes to certain cards in the game. And like I said at the beginning of the videos, this probably is hinting towards a new main box in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. We have a couple rarity changes. One, Zombie Master is coming from an SR to a UR card. Book of Life is going from UR to SR. Dragon's Mirror is going from UR to SR. Herald of Green Light is going from a rare to SR. Dragunity Arma Leviathan is going from rare to SR. And Mass Chameleon is going from rare to SR. So these are a bunch of rarity changes for the game, and I could honestly see all of these cards coming into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And since they might come to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links as public available cards for us, let's go take a look at all these cards and let's go see if they would be good or not in cards that we should snag for if they do come into a new main box. First card we're going to talk about is Zombie Master. It's a dark level 4 zombie effect monster. Once per turn, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard, then target a level 4 or lower zombie monster in either player's graveyard, special summon the target. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. This card has 1800 attack and 0 defense. Now this is good because this card can kind of do some cycling. Like for example, if you combo Zombie Master with Plague Spreader Zombie, you can actually do some really cool combos, because you can use summon Zombie Master, pitch your Plague Spreader Zombie to the graveyard, summon a zombie monster from either player graveyard onto your field, and then trigger Plague Spreader's effect to special summon it from the graveyard, summon it onto the field, and you can go in for some awesome synchro summon plays. There's also probably some other really cool zombie combos that I'm not thinking of at the top of my head, but I think Zombie Master would be a really cool card to get in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and I'm not surprised that it's getting bumped up to a UR card. And like I said, this might be a card that we could see in a future main box in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Also keep in mind that some players actually have access to 3 copies of Zombie World, because you get one from Bones, and there was 2 different copies of Zombie World that we were able to unlock from some Duel Quest events. So it's going to be a little bit common for Zombie Master to also take a monster from your opponent's side of the field, because of the fact that Zombie World makes all the zombie or all monsters in each player graveyard zombie type monsters. So Zombie Master, really cool card. Let's go move on to the next card. Next card in the rarity changes that's most likely for a main box coming soon is Book of Life, another zombie related card. It's a spell normal card. Target 1 zombie monster in your graveyard and 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, especially some of the first target, but also banish the second target. This is just really good because you get to bring back your zombie monsters to your field, and you pretty much get to do it for free with Book of Life, and all you need to do is banish one of your opponent's monsters, which is also good for some other reasons too, because certain decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, like certain meta decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, actually need their monsters in the graveyard to trigger certain effects. You use Book of Life to banish that monster, so 1, they can't use their effect anymore of that monster, and 2, you get to special summon one of your zombie monsters for free. If we get this card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, that would be actually pretty crazy, because it's a monster reborn for zombies, and you get to stop combos that your opponent's going to be able to do. Now, of course, I think like Necro Valley can stop Book of Life from being able to, you know, activate and whatnot, but other than that, I can't really see any other downside or any other decks that can really counter Book of Life. So interesting card right there, but of course you guys can talk about it in the comment section down below and some other cool combos with Book of Life and the other cards I talk about in today's video. But Book of Life, super cool card. Dragon's Mirror is a card that's also getting changed from UR to SR, and this might not come into the main box because, as you guys already know, this card is actually a skill that you can use in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links with Chaz, or you could start off the duel with Dragon's Mirror and 5-headed dragon in your deck. Still, if we do get this in a main box, that would actually be really cool. If you didn't know already with Dragon's Mirror, you could fusion summon 1 dragon type fusion monster from your extra deck with banishing fusion materials listed on it from your field or graveyard. So really cool. That grass grass is greener, dragons can utilize this card, and honestly, being able to get access to 3 copies of Dragon Mirror would actually be pretty cool. But currently, it's only available through a skill, but we'll see if it comes into a box in the future. But it got changed from UR to SR in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Next card is Herald of the Green Light. It's a light level 2 fairy effect monster. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card, you can send this card and one other fairy monster from your hands to the graveyard. Negate the activation if you do destroy it. I don't really feel this card too much. The fact that you have to pitch 2 cards in order to negate 1 spell card is just kind of useless to me, in my opinion, because that is just so many resources to get rid of 1 card. Now, sure, getting rid of that 1 spell card could possibly stop a combo that your opponent's about to activate, but at the same time, there's also other cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links that you only need 1 card to negate a different card, and I feel like there's just better options than Herald and Green Light, to be honest. But at least you can use it from your hand compared to using a spell trap card to negate it, so I guess it has that going for it. But other than that, I'm kind of resident sleeping on this card. This next card is pretty cool. We have Dragunity Arma Leviathan. I don't know how to read, but this is a win level 8 dragon effect monster. You can special summon this card from your hand or your graveyard by removing from play 1 face-up monster you control equipped with your Dragunity cards. When this card is normal or special summon, you can select a dragon type monster in your graveyard except Dragunity Arma Leviathan. Yeah, and equip it to this card. When this card is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can select one of the monsters that was equipped to this card when it was sent to the graveyard. And special summon the monster from the graveyard. This card has a beefy 2600 attack and 1200 defense. So yeah, no, this card is pretty cool because yeah, when you summon this card, you get to select any dragon monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card. And when this card is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can select one of the monsters that was equipped to this card that was sent to the graveyard and special summon it from the graveyard. So you can do a little bit of floaty action right there. So you have a big beefy monster, and then if your opponent gets rid of it through one of their card effects, you can basically summon another monster and have a little bit of floatability action right there. And it doesn't mean, and also with its effect, it doesn't need to be destroyed, it just needs to get sent to the graveyard by any method. So really cool card. I'm curious to try it out in Dragunities. I don't know how well it'll synergize with the other like Dragunity cards. Maybe it's like a 1 of in the deck instead of like a 3 of. I don't really know though. I like the artwork though. I think it is a neat card. Let's move on to the next card though from these rarity changes. And then the last card in these rarity changes is Mass Chameleon. This is an Earth level 4 reptile tuner monster. It cannot be normal summoned if you control a level 5 or higher monster. When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 monster with 0 defense in your graveyard, special summon that target in face-up defense position, but its effects are negated. You cannot special summon any other monsters except from the extra deck during the turn you activate this effect. This card has 1600 attack and 1100 defense. So Mass Chameleon is actually a really cool card. Now it does suck that you can't summon this card if you control a 5 or higher monster, but clearly this card is some really insane synchro support because you can target a monster with 0 defense in your graveyard and special summon it onto the field, and then you can synchro it with Mass Chameleon because Mass Chameleon is a level 4 tuner monster. And honestly, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, if you go into the card catalog, there is so many monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links that has 0 defense, and I feel like that somebody can really find a sick combo with Mass Chameleon that you can synergize with and go for some insane synchro summoning plays with this card. I think this card's pretty cool. I don't think it will make too much of an impact in the game because you just gotta, because there's just so many different monsters with 0 defense in the game, but I don't know like if there's a good specific one that like synergizes like extremely well with Mass Chameleon. But I still think that there is a possibility that this card could be broken, but at the same time we'll have to wait and see what players will develop with this card and go for some insane synchro summoning combos. But for now I'll probably stick with Fortune Ladies for synchro summoning, so that's what I've been doing as of late. Mass Chameleon though, super good card, and I can't wait to experiment with it in the future if it gets added to the main box or mini box in the future. And then one other thing to talk about before we move on to the next segment of today's batch of leaks, let's go talk about the new matte sleeve IDs. And I'm not going to talk about every single one of them, but the one I do want to talk about is Black Wings and Black Whirlwind and animated matte Black Wings. I think this is definitely an indicator that Black Wings are going to be coming very soon into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, because as you know with Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, they do like to add a bunch of matte and sleeves to certain decks that they know that will be pretty popular. Like for example, when the Dark Dimension box came in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, they actually had an animated game matte for all the Magician Girls. When the Silent Magician structure deck got popular, they made a Silent Magician animated matte. When Six Samurais got full support and became meta, they added some Six Samurai matte and sleeves. So honestly, this is definitely an indicator that we're finally going to be getting the Black Wings that we all want in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And man, I might have to debate on using my UR Dream tickets, because I still have 3 of my UR Dream tickets on some Black Wing support, just in case if we get some insane Black Wing support in a future box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So that is definitely something to take a look at as pretty crazy. Next up, let's go talk about Agami and Sera. And first things first, there's not really too much to talk about Agami, but he is in the game's code right now. We actually have all the assets for Agami in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and he might make an appearance in the event at the end of the Unknown Duelist event, because what Duel Links likes to do is that they like to tease upcoming events in the game, and Agami might make an appearance at like the very end of the event or something like that. But most likely Agami is going to be coming into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links probably in January, because in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds they added Jack Atlas in January, and I'm trying to remember the GX character that got added in January. That was a popular character. I forgot him on the top of my head, but I'll do some post editing if I find that out. But yeah, they usually do like a awesome character that probably should have came out in the game day one, but they didn't, and they usually release them in January. So Agami's probably going to be the January character that we're going to be getting in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links now that we have his sprite in the game. So that's pretty cool. And the other thing I want to mention real quick is the fact that Sera is actually the unlockable character in this event. Now, I don't know why Konami's been doing this recently, but they announced in these new events that there's going to be some new character unlock that you're going to be able to unlock for, but for some reason they don't tell us the actual date on when the character is going to be unlockable. And another thing that they're very unclear of with the event is that it seems like that we would be able to unlock the unknown duelist that we fight in the event, but the actual case, it's going to be Sera, which is the unknown duelist's actual identity. So we're going to be getting Sera as the unlockable character. In the game's code, we have the icons and the unlock banner for the character, and it doesn't seem like that we're going to be getting the unknown duelist sprite as an unlockable character, which personally disappoints me, because I do like the design of Sera's VR form, aka unknown duelist, more than her actual form. So kind of disappointing right there, to be honest, because I think that the design of unknown duelist is honestly fantastic. So the fact that we're only getting Sera as an unlockable character, and there's a good chance that unknown duelist is not going to be an unlockable character anytime soon, does make me sad. But at least we're getting some cool mat sleeves for unknown duelist nonetheless from the event. But yeah, it's going to be Sera that's going to be the unlockable character in this event, because that's the actual identity of unknown duelist. So the last thing we're going to talk about in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video is just a bunch of skills that got added into the Japanese files of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Now, I don't really feel like I should talk about all these skills, because a lot of these skills are just not going to be available for us, the players, in like PvP events or PvE events, and most likely all of these skills are going to be revealed in either a Duelist Chronicles event for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, maybe for a Tag Duel event, or maybe related to the Duel Carnival event. I don't really know, but all these skills I just don't think are going to be like available to us. So I'm going to pop them up on the screen right now. You can take a look at them. We have one for Trudge that uses Gate Blocker. We have one for Leo, which uses Power Tool Dragon. We have one for Luna, which uses Ancient Fairy Dragon. We have one for Akiza, which uses Black Rose Dragon. We have one for Jack Atlas, which uses Red Dragon Archfiend. And then the last one of these 6 skills right here is actually something pretty cool. We have Red Dragon Archfiend versus Stardust Dragon. At the start of the duel, summon from outside of your deck 1 Red Dragon Archfiend on your field and 1 Stardust Dragon on your opponent's field. That's actually a really cool reference, and these are probably indicators, or all 6 of these skills that I just mentioned are probably indicators of a Duelist Chronicles 5Ds event. And then the last skills we're going to talk about in today's video are a bunch of skills that pretty much do all the same thing, but just for different characters, and I could see these probably for a Tag Duel event. We have Pitch Black Power. If your opponent's life points are 3,000 or less, summon from your outside of your deck 1 Black Rose Dragon. So this is clearly for Akiza. We have Over Rainbow that does the exact same thing, except that it summons over a Rainbow Over Dragon. This is for Jesse. And then last but not least, we have a Blue Eyes White Dragon one, which does the exact same thing as the other 2 skills, except it summons a Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then we have some other skills for some different characters that are a little bit different. This skill can be used from turn 6 and onwards. In this one, God of the Sun can summon 1 Winged Dragon Ra with 4,000 attack from outside of your deck, and this skill can only use once per duel. And then we also have one called Event for Love, which does the exact same thing as God of the Sun, except summons a Yubel Ultimate Nightmare. And then we have a Sun and Moon Providence, which is the exact same thing as the other 2 skills, but you actually get a choice of either the Sun Dragon or the Moon Dragon from Dark Center X Goodwin, which is pretty cool. So there's that. Well, that's gonna be it for today's batch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leaks. I hope you guys enjoyed this informational video on all the upcoming updates for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and all the new information that we got in the game's code. If you watched to the end of the video and you haven't already, be sure to go smash the like button on the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content from me. So be on the lookout for that, and go check out some of my previous videos. I uploaded a video on how to easily farm and complete the brand new event that's happening in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links right now. So if you want to go peep out the video, be sure to go check it out. But yeah, I think it's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll go see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Peace.